Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and my name is Tasia, and I love talking about my work from home journey, and today that's exactly what we're going to be talking about because it has been one whole year that I have been working from home. I cannot believe this day is here because I never saw myself working from home, let alone doing it for an entire year. So I'm going to share with you today about what has changed over the last year, about my desk setup, about my work from home routine, and all the things that I've learned about what works and what doesn't about working from home. Okay, so the first thing that has definitely changed since last year from working from home is my actual location. And by that I mean two different things. One, I don't actually live in the same house anymore. My husband and I took advantage of the insane real estate market, and we were able to flip our last house. We basically fixed it up and put it back up on the market, and we were able to sell it and snatched up this current property that we are in now. It has a lot more space, a lot more rooms, and that enabled my husband and I to take different spaces in the house to work. The second thing that's changed about my location is that originally I had set up my office in my bedroom. If you definitely check out the very first video I did about working from home, it was really kind of a temporary situation. I really genuinely thought that the whole pandemic was going to last only several weeks, which seems ridiculous now, but at the time we had no idea. So originally when I got sent home from my employer, I was told, you know, just take everything home. And so I set up an office in my room. I just had a desk and threw my computer on there, and that was generally about it. And there was definitely benefits from working from my bedroom. So one of the good things is that, especially if you're short on space, depending where you live, you might not have tons of available room in your house, and that's totally okay. Everyone's making do with what they have, and therefore working in your bedroom can work really well because you can close the door, you can get some privacy in there. And so it works really well if you just want to have like a closed off space to take your meetings and your phone calls and not be disturbed. However, there are definitely some cons that I didn't realize until I started working in my bedroom. One, I feel like it's really important for you to have a separation in your mental space between work and rest. And so I feel like having my computer staring at me in my bedroom while I'm trying to relax or watch a movie or read, I really felt like it would just remind me of all the things that I need to do, and therefore I wouldn't truly relax when I'm in my room. So now that I'm in a space where I can claim another part or area of the house to dedicate as my office, I find it so much better, and it makes me really feel like I'm actually getting up and going somewhere. I didn't kind of like the fact that I would be getting up and changing in my room and getting ready in my room and then sitting down and working in my room, especially in a pandemic where you're not really able to go anywhere or do anything. It definitely did not help that I was like doing everything about my life in one sole space. So I highly recommend that even if you don't have like tons of space in your house, there are other places that you can set up an office. Some people do it in a hallway. Some people like commandeer their dining room, or just set up like a desk in their kitchen. Like there might be other places in your house that might actually be better than a bedroom. Okay, so as you can see, this is my office space now. You've seen it 100 times before already, but I set up a more permanent workspace in my house. This one, when I created this space, it was less about the idea of just like trying to just survive for the next couple of weeks, which is how I set up the first one. This one was setting it up as if like I was setting up an office at my workplace. I'm thinking like, what do I need? What do I need to feel super, super comfortable? What do I want to fill the space with? So in this office, I had set up, you know, file folders, a printer. I have a full-fledged desk with shelves. I went all out with decor. And of course, in this space, it's set up like also like a living room. So I have another space where I can sit and relax. I have a place for kids to come and hang out. I have plants in the space. Like I totally went all out in this space and really set it up more like a permanent office with the realization that this is where I work. It's no longer like somewhere temporary where I'm going until my workplace opens. Instead, it's like, no, this is where you work, Tasia. So everything that you need to feel comfortable to work and to really be productive has to be in this space now. Definitely check out one of my last videos that I had done where I showed my desk tours. In that video, I go into details about how I've set up my desk area and how I've really set up my workspace to make it feel more permanent, and all of the details I went into creating a new space for myself. So if you like desk tours, definitely check out that video so I give you a full tour of my home office. Okay, the next thing I learned about working from home is that working in the same space as your partner definitely does not work. So originally my husband and I tried setting up a joint workspace, and though it was super fun during like downtime, while we were just working away and doing our independent work where we can kind of chat and we listen to the same types of music, and it would be fun to kind of be in the same space. Just the same way that if you were in a workspace at your workplace, oftentimes most people share space. Not everybody has dedicated offices. So there is that social aspect of working together. And so being in the same space with my husband was really fun and made me capture that aspect of it and me not feeling like I was isolated at home. But it became completely untenable because I often take video conference calls and he is constantly taking a business call. So one of us had to keep leaving the room so as to not disturb the other person. And then you felt like you were being disrupted all the time and you couldn't be productive and get through your work. It's a great idea in theory, but we found that it was much, much better to have separate working spaces, and we find that we are so much more productive now. The next thing that I have learned about working from home is working from home with kids is nearly impossible. Now, of course, working from home doesn't typically come with having your kids at home at the same time. Those are unique circumstances that came with this last year, but it is so difficult to try to work from home and at the same time take care of your kids, help them homeschool, get up constantly to get them snacks, to help them with whatever assignment they're working on, to troubleshoot technical difficulties. It just became really, really difficult, and I have a couple more weeks of doing that, and we're going into the summer, so I'm going to be working with my kids probably for the long term, and it's not really the best situation for them, not the best situation for us, but the whole thing has taught us how to be super resilient and really just troubleshoot and figure things out. So we're making it do, but definitely it is not ideal. So I highly don't recommend doing it. And kudos to all of you parents who have been making it work. All right, lastly, the last observation I have about working from home for an entire year and what I've learned about this whole experience is that I actually enjoy working from home. I have never been one of those people who wanted to work from home. I have always thoroughly enjoyed the hustle and bustle, getting up, getting dressed, driving into the office, having a workspace, having the camaraderie of coworkers and that sort of corporate type lifestyle, even though I don't actually work for a corporation, but you know what I mean. Working from home over a year has really taught me the benefits of it. There are really some great aspects of it. I am able to cut out my commute, which I definitely do not miss whatsoever. I had nearly a 45 to an hour commute back and forth every day, and I do not miss that whatsoever. It's given me more time with my family and reclaim some of my time every day to get other things done, and it provides me with a little bit more me time as well. And so there's definitely some benefits from working from home. And once I really adjusted to what it was like to do that, I found that I was able to really thrive. And I think one of the biggest ways I was able to do that was to stop thinking that it was a temporary situation and started thinking of it as this is my lifestyle, and working from home is now just a part of who I am and a part of how I work. I'm still definitely learning, and I think that there's definitely ways that I really need to hone in on my routine a little bit more and figure out even more ways to maximize working from home. So I'm really excited over what the next couple months to maybe a year, who knows, of me working from home and figuring out what that's going to look like. And it's also really an interesting time because working from home might be very much the new normal. And even if workplaces start to reopen, I don't know if I'm going to be returning back to the workplace in the same way. So many of my colleagues and so many people I have spoken to have all said that they have genuinely enjoyed working from home, and they are not really looking forward to going back, or they're looking to go back in sort of like a hybrid form where they spend some time working from home and spend some time working in the office. So who knows what it could look like. And if you're looking for more content like this, definitely check out my last video that I did about working from home hacks. I have shared all of the really useful tips and tricks that I have figured out to really maximize working from home and being productive and really thriving and enjoying working from home. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I will see you next week. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and guys, I did it. Why is this elastic still on my hand? Temporarily. Don't think I said that correctly the first time. Ha! Try that again. Really taught us how to just be, what's the word I'm looking for? Hi, honey. What's up?
Hi.
Most blah, 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 blah. Speak clearly.